Ladies and gentlemen, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right now if you want to get my take on foreign policy issues that everyone is talking about right now. My last two segments on H.A. Goodman's other channel give a crystal clear view or crystal clear message on what I feel, which is compared to President Obama and Bush, Trump's foreign policy is infinitely better. So check those out. That's below in that's below in the pinned comment description. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. I'm more myself there in certain respects. How Trump beat impeachment. This is several hours back today in the Atlantic. GOP lawmakers fear the president's command over his base, but that's only half of it. This is with all due respect to the author, and this is one of the reasons that Clinton will lose again to Trump. Clinton is going to be nominee. Okay, that is set in stone. You can come back here or tell everyone that, my God, how did H.A. Goodman know? Okay, Clinton's going to be a nominee. It ain't going to be Biden, who said that he was only going to serve one term, promises to have a Republican vice president, told coal miners to learn to code, learn to program, and that's right, running out of money. His fundraising is abysmal. Okay. Bernie Sanders, President Obama, literally stated he would intervene. This was in Salon and other liberal publications. President Obama would intervene if it was Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren's campaign has tanked. They have absolutely nobody. Clinton, like I stated in 2017, is going to be nominee. Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. She'll run again in 2024. This is a charade that people willingly, they enjoy getting deceived. But anyway, so the Atlantic, if the Atlantic is when you type in Trump impeachment and the first article you get on Google is how Trump beat impeachment, Pelosi lost. There's only so much spin. There's only so much that they can spin regarding a political victory or political defeat. They know impeachment is a political defeat because they don't have direct evidence of anything. I quote FiveThirtyEight and the Associated Press. That's below in the description section. There is no direct evidence linking Trump to withholding military assistance. President Zelensky stated there was no pressure. Trump is not afraid of Biden. Biden is not Trump's direct political rival. Even if media and Democrats want to propagate or spread the charade and farce that Biden is leading in a primary where there are 20 or 30 candidates that had no chance of becoming president, Bernie Sanders included. I don't say this with glee, even though I would vote for Trump over Bernie Sanders in a heartbeat. If it was Bernie nominee, who won't be nominee, they cheated him. And then he blamed Russia for informing the country that they were cheating Bernie. And then Bernie also upheld and spread that same myth that they tried to use against him initially. But anyway, it ain't going to be Bernie. Look, if President Donald, and I'd much rather have Donald Trump, President Trump, who, when you look at foreign policy, did not destroy a country in a failed NATO intervention. There's nothing that he has done that's even close to what President Obama did. That is the worst thing, one of the worst things that a president has ever done in the history of the United States of America. President Obama's failed NATO intervention. You can put that alongside Bush's failed never-ending quagmires based on faulty intelligence. But here, let's just continue. If President Donald Trump is booted from office, the catalyst looks certain to be the November election, not impeachment. They're admitting defeat. They're admitting defeat already. The Senate has yet to convene an impeachment trial. Okay, but with the GOP firewall and the chamber holding firm, it's not a firewall. It's just the fact that you need 67 senators, 66 or 67 senators, and you're not going to, and the Republicans run Congress. Even if they didn't, let's say they were down a senator or two, and Democrats ran the Senate, they still wouldn't get 67 votes. So Trump's acquittal seems preordained, even though plenty of Republicans appear uneasy about his behavior. When I've asked them whether there was anything wrong with Trump's phone call pressuring Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to dig up dirt on Joe Biden, the answers are often evasive. Wait a second. It is a fact that President Volodymyr Zelensky has stated. Look at, I'm not talking about this author. I'm talking about Democrats and media in general, the hubris, the narcissism, the egotistical nature of media in America. Who are you? Who are you to say that Zelensky is lying? How dare you, if you're a Democrat, say that the leader of Ukraine is lying, and his predecessor, Poroshenko, is also lying? Could you believe this? President Poroshenko and President Zelensky both had phone conversations. The one in question was a conversation with Zelensky. Both stated there was no pressure, no leverage, no quid pro quo, nothing, zilch, nada, bupkis, nothing. Yet, the belief is, well, of course, they're just playing, they're just lying, because President Trump is president. It would behoove Zelensky, if he wanted more military assistance, to say that Trump was pressuring him. It would behoove Zelensky, because he would get every single media outlet in America championing him. He would be, the next celebrity, a true Hollywood celebrity. Hollywood would champion Zelensky. I mean, it would behoove Zelensky to say, oh yeah, Trump pressured me. But it didn't happen. There's no direct evidence just because something took place after another thing. Correlation. All we heard with Clinton is correlation is not causation. Just type in here, Clinton, correlation, causation. Okay. What divides Clinton and Trump voters? Okay. As usual, I point out that correlation does not imply causation. This is a... Correlation does not... All you heard was correlation does not imply causation. Hillary Clinton's 2016 loss. Correlation does not prove causation. All you heard with Clinton is correlation does not prove causation. Correlation cannot imply causation. But with Trump, well, he withheld military assistance, so therefore, obviously, the only reason was he was afraid of Biden. UBS getting hooked up with the IRS after giving money into the Clinton Foundation, Uranium One pumping millions into the Clinton Foundation, President Obama not vetoing the sale, $156 million pumped into the Clinton Foundation, those 85 people who gave that money, 20 of whom gave $1 million each. They got to see Madam Secretary, and it was just a coincidence. It wasn't the money. Weapons deal scandals, Haiti. If anything, the fact that I bring up the fact that I always bring up the same, this is important. I bring up the same themes. Oh, by the way, Clinton had top secret intelligence on her servers. That's the big issue. So if anything, if I don't say anything new, it's important to remember those themes. Because I'm the only person on the internet, really, I'm the only person on YouTube, and pretty much on the internet that is repeating those themes. These are the biggest themes in the country. I'll tell you why. Top secret intelligence and special access program intelligence on a private network run by a person who had pay-to-play schemes is committing crimes in plain sight. Madam Secretary might as well be videotaping herself, God forbid, holding up a bank, which is basically what's taken place since 2015. But anyway, Representative Steve Scalise, a top House Republican, told me here, the call was it was very well received by President Zelensky. It's true, it was. How has the president avoided a rebellion within his own party? They want a rebellion. within Trump's own party. It ain't going to happen because, God forbid, there's a different train of thought. There's a different viewpoint. Democrats, liberals, how many, do you have friends, family members, coworkers who literally view you as inferior to them, morally inferior, or don't want anything to do with you because you dare have a viewpoint different from them, like 63 million Americans did? Notice something. The people who don't talk to you anymore, they look at you or friends or whatever. Do they not realize that 63 million Americans voted for Trump? Because they brag about the 65 million. Well, he was outspent 2-1, 1.2 billion to 600 million. If it was Biden, which it's not going to be Biden, it's going to be Clinton 100%. I don't care how and I don't care when. In the filing dates, she used servers with top secret intelligence, broke countless rules and laws and guidelines, and you don't think she's smart enough to just get through that? The paperwork is going to stop, Madam Secretary. You're right. Whatever. The point is, people, they don't look at reality in the same way you do. Not because reality is different, because to look into the mirror and say, my God, the Democrats are the Democrats are actually corrupt. I mean, Trump is not corrupt. Trump is Trump. He's very honest in terms of what he wants, and thank God. Record low unemployment, 5 million people lifted out of poverty. This is a fact. Poverty rate 12.7%, 2016. Poverty rate 2018, 11.3%. I'm not even getting into 2019. It's probably less. 43.1 million people in poverty in 2016, according to the census. And according to, USA Today? No, it's below in the pinned comment. 38.1 million. And I put the links below in the description section. Not comment, the description section. It goes from 43.1 million to 38.1 million. Decrease of 5 million Americans. A decrease. He lifted 5 million people out of poverty from his economy. Record highs in the stock market. 5 million people no longer poor. Record low in unemployment. Wages are up now. This is all the New York Times. You can look. Household median income is up. So anyway, they want, he wooed Republicans who can protect his interests, cultivating relationships with them in the way they are not always visible and understood. Yeah, record low unemployment. It's visible to everyone. Then you have, at the end of this, you have this kind of, with Republicans bolted to Trump out of fear, affection, or potential political necessity, the drama seems played out. No, he was just, according to Gallup, he was just voted most admired man, according to Gallup, in America, tied with President Obama. Okay, he's a 45% approval rating. Okay, so and 50% if you look at Rasmussen. So tell me again how this is just an anomaly. They lost an impeachment. Inside the White House, some officials insist they've already moved on, and that was even before a strike. A month from now, one Trump administration official told me impeachment will be in the dustbin of history. They know they've lost. Democrats, media, know they've lost. And it's hilarious to see. You can chalk this up as another defeat, along with Stormy Avenatti, Michael Cohen, tax records which the IRS has. I mean, think of the absurd scandals. The U.S. government has his tax information, and they still want to look at it as if they're accountants. I mean, think of the absurd scandals. And then Trump worked with Russia. No, he didn't. They found nothing after 3 years. Now they're saying, oh my God, he tried to interfere in the election. No, he didn't. There's no evidence of that. They impeached him anyway. And now they're accepting defeat. And they're saying, well, you know what? Republicans are immoral. They're going back to the same thing over again. And then in terms of foreign policy, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. I have 2 segments today exactly laying out the case. What happened the other day, President Obama did monthly, virtually monthly. Okay? Give me your thoughts. Okay, if you want to say, well, no, there's a key difference. Okay, the failed NATO intervention where a country, a despot was toppled. Okay, fine. But the country as a whole was better off with that person. Libya has now been completely decimated. For the past 10 years, there are human beings sold at auction now. And that's because of President Obama's foreign policy. Tell me how Trump has done anything even close to that in terms of, a horrendous failed foreign policy. Nothing. And you got zero condemnation from the left then. Now suddenly they're, outraged, which is typical left. Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right this second.